Good morning students. In this class we are going to discuss the types of chemical reactions. There are 4 types of chemical reactions. First is combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction and double displacement reaction. First we are going to discuss what is combination reaction. Okay, first they are taking calcium oxide, CaO, calcium oxide and water. It gives calcium hydroxide. Okay, now I am going to define what is combination reaction. See, two or more reactants combine together and gives a single product is called as a combination reaction. Okay, students, do you understand what is combination reaction? Two or more reactants. See here, calcium oxide is one reactant, water is another reactant. Two or more reactants combine together and form a single and gives a single product is called as a combination reaction. Okay. Next, another example for combination reaction is burning of coal. If we burn a coal, carbon dioxide gas is a what? See here, carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide. Here also, two or more reactants combine together and gives a single product is called as a combination reaction. Do you understand what is combination reaction? Next, we are going to discuss what is decomposition reaction. See here, I am taking ferrous sulfate. Okay, I am giving heat energy to this ferrous sulfate. After given heat energy, it gives ferric oxide plus sulfur dioxide plus sulfur trioxide. Okay, now I am going to define what is decomposition reaction. A single reactant after heating or giving heat energy, it gives two or more products. See here, only single reactants after giving heat energy to this reactants, it gives two or more products. So this is an example for decomposition reaction. Another example, see here, limestone. I am taking limestone and giving heat energy to this limestone. After giving heat energy, this limestone it changes into calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide, quicklime plus carbon dioxide. Do you understand what is decomposition reaction? A single reactant after giving heat energy, it gives two or more products. Is called as a decomposition reaction. Okay. Next, we are going to discuss what is displacement reaction. Okay, they are taking a test tube. Consider it is a test tube, and they are pouring 10 ml of copper sulfate solution. The copper sulfate solution is in what color? Blue color. They are pouring inside this test tube, and they are also tying two iron nails and inserting in this copper sulfate solution. Okay, after 20 minutes, they are taking outside the iron nail. The white iron nail changes into brownish color, and the blue color of a copper sulfate solution changes into white color. Okay, next see here, Fe, iron plus copper sulfate gives what? Iron sulfate plus copper. See here, this Fe, this iron is combined with sulfate and gives a iron sulfate. One element, now I am going to define what is displacement reaction. Fe is one element. One element is will combine with another element and forms a compound. Whenever one element is combined with another element, so in that we can also call it is a displacement reaction. See here, another example. Zinc plus copper sulfate gives zinc sulfate plus copper. One element, zinc is one element, is combined with sulfate and produces and forms a compound. Okay, one element combined with another element and forms a compound. So it is called as a displacement reaction. Okay. See, one element is removed here. See, one element is removed from this copper sulfate solution and combined with another element. So this is called as a displacement reaction. Do you understand? Next we are going to discuss what is double displacement reaction. They are taking two test tubes. In first test tube they are pouring barium chloride, and another test tube they are pouring sodium sulfate. Okay, after adding sodium sulfate in this barium chloride, it was soluble. It is insoluble substance. Okay, this insoluble substance is known as precipitate. Whenever any solution is insoluble, we can call it that solution This barium is combined with sulfate. See, barium is combined with sulfate and gives barium sulfate. Okay, one element is removed and displaced with another element. And see here, sodium is combined with chlorine. Okay, sodium is combined with chlorine and gives sodium chloride. In this equation, 2 times the elements are displaced. So we can call it as a double displacement reaction. 2 times elements are displaced. So that reaction is called as a double displacement reaction. Do you understand, students? What we have discussed in this class? We have discussed the 4 types of chemical reaction. What are the 4 types? Combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction and double displacement reaction. Do you understand all these types? Okay, students. Next we are going to discuss what is oxidation. What we are going to discuss? What is oxidation? For example, copper is heated with the presence of oxygen and forms a copper oxide. Copper is heated with the presence of oxygen and forms a copper oxide. Okay. In this case, oxygen is added to copper. See this example? Oxygen is added to copper. Whenever oxygen is added to any particular substances, that reaction is called as an oxidation reaction. Do you understand what is oxidation reaction? Whenever any oxygen is added to a particular substances, that reaction is called as an oxidation reaction. Or else we can simply define oxidation means addition of oxygen. Addition of oxygen is called as an oxidation. Do you understand what is oxidation reaction? Okay. Next we are going to discuss what is reduction reaction. Okay. See here, copper oxide is combined with 2 hydrogen gives copper plus water. Copper oxide is combined with 2 hydrogen to give copper plus water. In this case, oxygen has been removed. See that oxygen is removed from copper oxide and changes into copper. Oxygen is removed from copper oxide and gives copper. Whenever the oxygen is removed, that process is called as a reduction reaction. Or else we can simply define reduction reaction means removal of oxygen. That reaction is called as a reduction reaction. Do you understand what is reduction reaction? Addition of oxygen is called as an oxidation reaction. Removal of oxygen is called as a reduction reaction. Do you understand? Next we are going to discuss what is redox reaction. What we are going to discuss? What is redox reaction? See here. Copper oxide plus 2 hydrogen is heated gives copper plus H2O. See here, in this case, copper oxide, the oxygen is removed from copper oxide and becomes copper. In this reaction, what happens? Oxygen is removed and become copper. Whenever the oxygen is removed, that process is called as what? That process is called as a reduction reaction. Whereas simultaneously see that the hydrogen, the hydrogen is combined with oxygen. Whenever oxygen is added to any substances, that is called as a what? Oxidation reaction. See here, in this equation, both oxidation reaction whereas reduction reactions takes place simultaneously. That reaction we call it as a redox reaction. In an equation, both oxidation and reduction occur simultaneously. That reaction we call it as a redox reaction. Do you understand what is redox reaction? Next we are going to discuss what is corrosion. Okay. What is corrosion? For example, I am taking 2 iron nails. One is white iron nail. Okay. After some time, the white iron nail changes into brownish color. Okay. The change of color of that iron nail, that process is called as a corrosion. A white color iron nail changes into brownish color. Okay, that we call it as a corrosion or a corroded material. Okay, first we are going to discuss why that iron nail is changes into brownish color. Because with iron nail, with the help of oxygen and moisture, reddish brown color layer form. Okay, with the help of oxygen and moisture, the white iron nail changes into brownish color. Do you understand how the iron nail get corroded? Okay. Next, not only iron get corroded, but also copper also get corroded and silver also get corroded. If copper corroded means we can see why the copper get corroded, because due to carbon dioxide present in the air. Okay, because of the carbon dioxide, the copper get corroded and it become and gives a greenish color layer. Okay, it gives a what? Greenish color layer. If you see the copper vessels, you can observe after longer time, there will be some of the green color layer. Why the green color layer occurs? Due to carbon dioxide. Do you understand? Next, silver also get corroded because of sulfur present in air. For that the silver get corroded. Okay, do you understand why the silver get corroded and copper get corroded? Okay. See, you must have observed that corrosion causes damage to car bodies. Corrosion causes damage to what? Car bodies, bridges, ships and many other material made up of metals. Okay, if you observe means the corrosion maybe occurs to the car bodies, bridges, ships and other material made up of metals. Do you understand what is corrosion? Next we are going to discuss how to prevent this corrosion. There are 3 ways to prevent corrosion. First is anti-rust solution. By using anti-rust solution, we can prevent corrosion. Next, tinning. It is also one of the process, tinning process, and also electroplating process. By using these three ways, we can prevent the corrosion. Do you understand how to prevent the corrosion? Okay. Next, we are going to discuss what is rancidity. For example, if we keep the food for a longer time, what happened to the food? The food gets spoiled. Okay, the meaning of the rancidity means what? Spoiled. Okay, when oil food and fats food are oxidized or even allowed to stand for a longer time, then the food become rancid. Okay, eatable food is kept for a longer time. What happened to the food? The food get rancid or spoiled. Okay, do you understand what is rancid? Okay. How we can observe the food become rancid? There is 2 conditions. See here, by change of taste of the food. If we eat the food, there will be change in taste. This is the first condition. Second, bad smell of the food. Okay, it will come a bad smell will come from that food. From these 2 conditions, we can confirm that or come to conclusion that the food get rancid. Do you understand? Next, how we can prevent this rancidity? If we keep the eatable food in this refrigeration or refrigerator, we can prevent the food. Do you understand how to prevent the rancidity? Okay, students. In this class, what we have discussed? We have discussed what is corrosion, rancidity. Okay. Next I am going to give the instruction regarding classwork writing. Write the short answer in your classwork. Refer the PDF which is attached with this video. Thank you, students.